I'm with Melinda, the manager of our outreach program, and she's been tasked with training 7 macaws for free flight over the zoo. And we're just about ready to launch this, and one of our stars is right here with us. And Melinda, who's this?
This is Capri, and Capri is a blue and gold macaw.
And Melinda, just give us, of the last 7 months you've been working on this, give us an idea what it takes to train free flight birds to go through the zoo without them leaving the zoo.
That's a great question, and I'll tell you, it's been quite a journey, but it's been a lot of fun, and the biggest thing is consistency and patience as these guys learn exactly what it is that we're asking them to do, because initially we had to teach them just how to fly in general. They didn't even, we got them when they were just fledgling, and they really hadn't learned how to use those wings yet, and so we had to teach them how to fly up steep flights and how to fly around obstacles that were in their path, and once they figured it out, then they were very eager to do it. And so it's really just being consistent and doing it every day, but it's hours and hours every day.
So again, we started with chicks. These were, again, fledglings, and the important part about that is that they bond with the trainer, and then that becomes their parent bird, for lack of a better term. And then it's a very slow, deliberate process. And a couple of these birds are younger, right, than the rest of the flock, because we have a total of 7. And you said the learning distance, or there's quite a distance of ability to learn, I guess is what I'm trying to say, between those younger birds. And explain that a little bit.
Well, some of them are actually 3 to 4 months younger, and so Capri here is one of our older birds. She was one of the first ones that we got, and so she was far more advanced. The other ones that were 3 or 4 months younger, they actually hadn't learned how to develop those skills yet, and we really had to work on it. So while our original 3 birds were doing steep flights and flying quickly and flying around all kinds of things in their path, the other ones, they were not quite so confident. And so it's a combination of them understanding what we're asking, but also building the confidence to do it. Just a few months really made all the difference in how well these guys were able to do the flights.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's a very, as Melinda said, a very slow, deliberate process. But also we were prepared for fly-offs, and we had a couple of fly-offs. But again, they're food-driven. They're motivated to come back to you, and that's all part of this process. And it's spectacular to see them flying overhead. I mean, you imagine 7 macaws flying over your head, free flight, and it's quite a distance from here to the front of the zoo. So you had to take that in very small increments to get them even to the front of the zoo, right? And how many weeks did that take?
Oh, that probably took a good 6 to 8 weeks to get all of the birds. And again, it went back to the fact that some of them were older and they picked up quicker, and the younger ones, they were a little slower on the uptake. They didn't quite get it. Yeah. But eventually they all got it, and now they fly as a group really well all the way up there. And I believe it's 3/10 of a mile is what we figured it was.
Wow, 3/10 of a mile. That's a long ways. Well, there are about 18 species of macaws, species and subspecies, and this is just one of them, the blue and gold. We also have the scarlet macaws that are part of this flyover as well. Now, this is the largest of the parrot family, but there are much larger macaws than the blue and gold that you see right here, and that's the hyacinth macaw, which is a large bird. Now, we have a hyacinth macaw. Is he going to be part of this flyover?
Eventually, that's the goal for her. So, yeah, she's actually a little bit older. She's almost 30 years old now. And so she really, because she hadn't flown a lot as a younger bird, she didn't develop those skills. And so we're building up her confidence, and we're starting with some flights in our daily bird shows that we do here on grounds. And then eventually we want to incorporate her into the group flight as well.
Wow, that'll be great. So the idea here is they fly from their holding area up to the front of the zoo, and then they're stationed there. And then we're going to have someone, general public, hit the button, and all 7 doors will open up in their holding areas. They'll come down, fly around the manatee fountains, and go on back to their holding area. So the next time you're at Tampa's Lowry Park Zoo, be sure to stop and see the macaw flyover.